All right, guys, so now we're going to look at how Scope works with nested functions and nested blocks. Now, nested functions relate to something called closures, and we'll look at ways to use closures later on, but I think it's a bit too early to learn them. A lot of people are intimidated by them. But we can at least look at how scopes work with nested functions. So let's go ahead and create a function. I'm going to call it first. And then in first, we'll create a variable called x, set it to 100. And then what I can do here is nest another function. So I'm going to call this one second. Okay, so it's nested inside first. And here we'll create a variable called y and set that to 200. And then in second, I'm going to console log x plus y. Now, in order for second to run, I have to call it within first, right? So we're going to run second here, and in order for first to run, I have to call it here. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and you'll see I get 300. So you can see I can access from the parent function, from the child, I can access any variables that are in the parent scope. However, it doesn't work the other way around. I can't access from the parent variables in the child scope. So if in first I try and console log y, then that's going to give me an error. Okay, so remember, you can access parent variables, but you can't access child variables. So they're two separate scopes. Now, it's very similar with blocks. So let's go down here. Let's say if, we'll just say if true. And then in here, I'm going to say const x, and I'm on a different scope, so I can use x. And then let's say we have another if, a nested if. And here we'll say if x equals 100. And again, I know we haven't gone over if statements. We're going to get to that soon. I just want to show you this. This is kind of the same type of thing where we have, let's say, y, and we can console log here, let's say x plus y. And if I save that, we have to comment this out because it's giving us an error. If I comment that out, you'll see we get 300, right? Because I'm able to access here, I'm able to access the parent scope's variable of x. But if I go outside of this child if, or this nested if, and I try to console log y, which was created in there, then that's not going to work, okay? Because this is a separate scope that I can't access. But you can access the parent from within the child. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a little confusing, but I figured this was a good place to mention this since we're talking about scope.